Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Coding with Vignesh. And as you all know, we are basically conducting mock interview series. As part of that, today we are conducting DSA round. So along with us, we have Mohammed in this session. Welcome Mohammed for this mock interview.
The opportunity.
Yeah. So maybe we can start with an introduction. So can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, myself Mohammed Machalia. I am from Gujarat Technological University, Ahmedabad. I
Mm-hmm.
am currently pursuing a seventh semester
Okay.
from in computer science and engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have maintained a CGPA of around 8.39 till now,
That's cool.
and I have also made a project related to Java and Spring Boot, and I
Okay.
also little bit exposure to JavaScript and Node.js part of that. And I can say that I am pretty comfortable with DSA because this
Mm-hmm.
since the lockdown, before joining the college, I am practicing the DSA. So
Oh,
I have started from that period. So I have
okay.
never left DSA during my college. I have regularly
Okay.
practicing.
Okay. Then you're like a kind of an experienced in DSA.
Yeah, in DSA part I can say.
Yeah. So it's been shall I assume it's been maybe around since 3 years you started, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, absolutely 3 years.
Okay. So what are the data structures and algorithms you have learned so far? Can you tell that?
Yeah, I started with learning array, string, and then I have moved on recently to stack, queue, and all that, monotonic stack, and etc. And then I finally given my most of the time to the tree and DP part.
So how about recursion and all? Like, have you already practiced?
Yeah, I have done a recursion, and
Hmm.
I can say I am pretty comfortable with recursion also.
Okay.
And in during the algorithm part, I have done all the almost major algorithms which are required to mm,
Cool.
basic lead code level, not a CP level, but also basic lead code level. Yeah, I have done like sorting almost all sorting algorithm
Hmm.
and binary search, ternary search, all that part.
Okay, that's good. Uh, yeah, one of the thing which we can learn from Mohammed is like DSA importance, because nowadays if you ask any students, right, like that's kind of a must and skill set when they are in college only.
Yeah,
So when you are in the college only, it's good to know DSA. That's kind of an entry barrier. So if you are
yeah.
good at DSA, then definitely you can crack good companies as of now.
Yeah, and for particularly in my case, I can say that I am from a tireless college because even in my college, professors didn't know about the competitive programming.
Oh,
One day I visited college and I asked him that I am doing competitive programming. So sir shocked and said, "What is this?"
oh,
So I left the discussion there. Because okay, fine.
okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. Because many a times, right, we have to write our own destiny. Like we have to
Ye-
find ways. So that's a good thing to know, because many of the times I've seen people complaining about the college, complaining about the professors, but uh, you are kind of unique, and you are basically found your own way
Yeah,
to overcome that problem. So good to know about you, Mohammed. So maybe we can get started. So what we'll do is,
yeah, okay.
since you have practiced so many problems and
Yeah,
it's kind of an experienced DSA guy now, we'll
yeah.
start with a medium difficulty problem. Let's see how it
Okay,
goes.
okay,
So I'll share the problem statement in the chat. Maybe meanwhile, if you want, you can share your screen with an editor open so that
okay.
you can copy paste this problem to your editor. So let me share the question with you. Cool. Maybe I'll just give you a brief about this problem statement. After that, you can take some time to think about the approach and you can propose the approach. And after that, you can start the implementation. So basically here, right, you will be given two inputs. One is a candidates array. You can assume any normal integer array. It contains some numbers and a target
Yeah.
number is given to you. So what you have to do is you have to find different ways you can add the candidates array numbers to get the target. And you can use every number any number of times. So there is no restriction like you have to use each number once. Like every number in that candidates array, you can use any number of times. And you should
Oh,
find all the different ways to get the target. So you have to
okay,
return,
total number of
sorry.
total number of ways. to
Yes.
get that number.
No,
Okay.
you don't need to return the total number. You have to return the actual number combinations only. If you see the output, right? Line number 43.
Okay.
To get the
Okay.
7, what we have done is 2 plus 2 plus 3 is one combination and 7 is another
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
So only those two are possible. So if there are, let's say
Okay.
1 was there, then you can add 1 7 times and 1 you can
Yeah.
play with 2, 3, 6. So
Yeah.
those could have been the
Okay. Okay.
probable answer. Yeah, take your
Okay.
time, go through it. You can read it one more time. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay. And can I get a constraint, or should I proceed without a constraint?
Okay, that's a good question. So if you need a constraint, definitely I can share it with you. Yeah, hi everyone. Those who are watching this video, right? This is one of the good thing. What Mohammed asked. It's good to know the constraints about the problem statement so that it is helpful for you to design your solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mohammed, I have pinged you the constraint. You can take it.
So basically, array length will be 1 to 30,
Mm-hmm.
and candidates, the range of the element will be 2 to 40. Okay. And all
Yeah.
elements of candidates are distinct. Yeah. And
Yeah.
target will
Maybe,
be 1.
yeah, if you want, you can put it in multiple lines also. But I mean, if you want to put to make it more readable, you can put it. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. So take your time, go through it once. And if you have any questions, you can ask.
So basically, we are given an array and a target integer, and we are required to find all the permutations of the array elements which sum up to a final target, and we can take any element multiple times. So, and we have to print the total number of ways. Sorry, the combination we have to
Actual
print.
combinations you have to return. Yes.
Okay. So initially we have target, and sorry, initially we have a 0, and we have to initial sum we have 0, and
Okay.
we have to proceed with the array. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I am feeling like solving it with recursion.
Okay. That's cool. So how will you apply the recursion? Can you explain?
Yeah, yeah. Initially we will start recursion with a zero sum. Some we have currently suppose we have some currently a zero sum,
Mm-hmm.
like we have not taken any element.
Mm-hmm.
So if we stand on the ith position, we are
Mm-hmm.
currently on the ith position. So
Mm-hmm.
we have two choices. Like we can take that element or we can't take that element.
Okay.
So we will take that element if the sum current sum plus that element is less than equal to target.
Okay. That's a good observation. Yeah.
On that condition, we will take that element.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we won't take that element. So,
Okay.
and our base case condition for the recursion will be
Mm-hmm.
if target get our sum gets the equal to target.
Mm-hmm.
So we can add that
Okay.
combination to our final answer.
Okay.
And if and
Mm-hmm.
if eh, otherwise we can proceed with the next index.
Okay. So what is the complexity of this approach according to you?
I think it will be the 2 raised to power total number of elements. Total array size means 2
So
raised to power
yes.
20.
So you're saying exponential complexity. So why do you think
Yeah,
this will become exponential complexity? Do you know like how it is calculated?
yeah. Because on the each element on the each index we have two choices, either take it or not take it. So two multiply by two, and it will get to 2 raised to power maximum 30.
Got it. Got it.
So, yeah. Basically, I have said it directly, but it is a from practice I can say that
Hmm.
because it's a permutation permutation type problem. So
Got it. Got it. Cool. I
generally
think,
we are
yeah. So I'm satisfied with your explanation. So maybe you can get started. Let's see how it goes. So what
okay.
programming
So
language you are using to
yeah,
code the solution?
I will be using C++,
Okay. Cool.
and I have written some basic code. I generally use this format for my normal practicing. So it is nothing but int main function and void solve function.
Got it. Yeah, you can
And
use.
I have
Hmm.
the macro
Yeah.
predefined to make easy.
Yeah.
So will it look fine or should I remove all that?
No, no, it's fine. You can use the same thing and write the code. Yeah.
Okay, so firstly we will take an array from.
Yeah,
So
and
I will be
just one thing
I
to
will like
those who are watching this video, right? One of the thing is like maybe you can pause this video and you can try to solve
okay.
along with Mohammed so that it will be
Yeah.
practice for you also, guys, and so that you can match your solution with Mohammed's solution at the end. Yeah, Mohammed, you can continue.
So I will be take one vector. So firstly I will take an integer, the size of the array. I have taken LL means it is long long.
Okay. Okay.
See, and then I will be take a vector for the our input.
Mm-hmm.
So its name will be candidates
Okay.
and its size will be n.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take the input. Yeah. And I think I have to return the list of list.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
Correct.
will take a one answer
Mm-hmm.
array answer, and its size will be unknown
Mm-hmm.
currently.
Mm-hmm.
So I will make a one function, and its data type will be void because we have nothing to return.
Mm-hmm.
And void, I will keep the name of the function find combination. And currently we will be having our answer array, and we will also be having our vector of candidates and current position where currently where we are
Mm-hmm.
positioned. So I will be call it as I, and our current temporary array where we will store the how much element we have currently taken already
Mm-hmm.
taken.
Yep.
So I will be call it temp.
Okay.
So our base condition for the recursion will be if temp. Oh, I forgot to take target also, and here we also have to take a target. Target. And if and I will also have to take here another variable called sum. How much sum currently we have?
Okay.
If our sum is equal to target, then what we will do is we will add that temp array to our final answer because we have got one combination for that.
You
So
will
we
add
will
the
simply
temporary to the final combination. Okay.
answer
Mm-hmm.
temp, and we will be written from here because we have got our answer one combination
Sure.
currently.
Sure.
So yeah, we will have two choices for any position we are currently standing. So currently we are at position I. So let's check if the sum plus the elements at the I is less than equal to target or not. If it is less than or equal to target, then what we can do is we can add that element to our temp array
Okay.
because we are currently taking that element. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
we are adding
Mm-hmm.
that element in this I. And we will call the function find combination, and we will give it candidates and I plus one. We will move to the next position and our temp. array, target variable, sum. We will increase the sum by candidates of I because we have taken that element.
Yep.
So sum will be increased by that. And then whenever we will return from that call, suppose we have find all the answer for the index I plus 1. So we will pop back the elements of candidates of I element. Because for that case, we have already evaluated all the possibilities. So now we will evaluate all the possibilities without taking that element.
Okay.
So what I have done the above line is I have added that element. So now I will be remove that element from the temp.
Okay.
And every time we have also one choice. We don't have to take any condition for that. And that choice is don't take any element.
So what is that? Don't take element? I did not get it.
Means we are currently standing on the highest position, so we won't take that element in our final answer, final combination.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay, and we will move to the next position and temp, target, and our sum will be same because we haven't taken any element, that element. So so no, I won't here, I won't be moving because here in the question it is allowed to take one element for multiple times.
Correct.
Yeah, so I won't be moved to next position. I will try to that I cannot take that element for multiple times. So I will stay on that position because it is possible to take element multiple times. So that's why I won't do here I plus 1. Here I will keep it simply I. But here I will keep it I plus 1 because I am not taking that element. So I have finally decided not to take this element. So I will be moving to the next position. So that's why I have here done I plus 1 and here only I.
Got it. So basically, you're saying at line number 22, you will use
21.
the same element as many number of times as possible.
Yeah,
And
possible. Yeah.
yeah, if it doesn't work, then you will go to line number 25.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so here I will make a one temp vector, which we have as the function. And I think now we should call the function find combination. And we have answer variable candidate cells we have taken, and I will be starting with 0th position.
Okay.
So
You will start
we will
with
pass
the.
it at 0, and we will pass our temp vector here also, and target what we get for user, and some initial sum will be our 0.
Okay.
So after default, our final answer will be ready. So we will simply print it. So should I print it or should I return it?
Yes. Yes. Print the answer also so that we can see whether it is correctly printing or not. Yeah.
I will then answer it. Size and express. And so I will give it size and G plus plus. And what you do, you print the answer of I comma J and then you put some space. Here we will do this right and then so you will break the line here. So and finally we will get over. So initially let's take one test case and we are taking final input, size of the array, target variable, candidates, and we have taken the candidates and vector answer 10. We have called the final combination vector function, and here we will be doing select or not select. So if our sum gets equal to the target, yeah, I think it will work. It should work, I think.
Okay.
So should
Yep.
I
Yes.
run it?
Can you try with the given inputs? Yeah, you can take the input also when you run it. Yeah, but test with the given input. Yeah.
So our value of n will be 4
Yep.
and target will be 7 and the array will be 2, 3, 6, 7. 2, 3, 6, 7. So it is not printing any output.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I made a one mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are getting out of bound for index I. So I forgot to add here one more base condition. If I gets, so I will add that after this. If I greater than equal to n,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, candidate size.
Mm-hmm.
So we will simply return from that because our array is now completed. So we will simply return from that.
Yeah, I think it's
So
a good observation from Muhammad. Like those who are watching, right? This is one of the thing because when you stuck with kind of a Stack Overflow kind of an error, it may be a little difficult to check. So either you can put some print statements or you can do some debugging. It may give you an idea. So yeah, good Muhammad. You could catch without that. Yeah, you can try to run it.
yeah, I think it's printing complete file. The
So
output is 2 to 3.
printing. Okay. Uh, can you try with maybe second one also?
So the value of n here will be 3 and the target will be 8 and the array
Mm-hmm.
will be 2, 3 and 5.
Yep.
So our array 2, 2, and 3, 5. Yeah, it's printing 5.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you
And
can.
for the,
Yeah, the last one also you can check the third one.
okay, so here input the size will be 1 and the
Mm-hmm.
target will also be 1 and the array will be 2. So
Mm-hmm.
it's printing nothing. So I think I have to add this condition also that whenever the size of the array answer will size of the answer is 0, then we have
Mm-hmm.
to print something because here it's not printing anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I should add that condition.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be at that answer of size equal to 0. So I will print using. I think it should work now. Fine. Yeah, the n is 1 and the array is 2. Sorry, target is also 1 and the array is 2. So yeah, it's printing fine.
Cool. Maybe this empty representation, it is like you don't need to explicitly
Yeah,
mention. It's fine. Cool. Then I think you could solve this problem with all the test cases. Let me see if there is any other test case we can cover. Mm, can you just scroll down once for the test case, please? Okay. It looks like you have already covered the other, basically in the examples, right? The third one was related to that one only.
yeah,
Cool. Then I think we are on time on this. Um, cool. Maybe I think we can discuss the observations on this problem statement.
yeah,
Uh, so first of all, yeah, it was a good session with you, and you could solve it on time. Normally, in case of medium level question, those who are watching, maybe it's like 25 to 30 minutes is kind of a good time to solve the medium questions. Like sometimes many of the companies will target two questions of medium
yeah,
difficulty in 1 hour. So it's always good to practice medium questions in 30 minutes, and maybe if it is easy 15, 20 minutes max. And if it is hard, maybe 40, 45 minutes. So if you practice with the time, then I think it's easy to crack an
No.
interview. Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, giving context helps here to practice to solve the problem in time.
exactly. Yeah. So regarding the problem solution part, if I have to tell, like one is, yeah, you could solve within the time, and it is like working for most of the, I mean, given inputs. So that's a good thing. And can you just scroll up to your solution once? Yeah, so those who are watching, right? Some of the good practices, maybe which we can learn from him, is like if you see, right? One is modularity is one thing he has followed. Modularity means basically breaking down the methods into multiple meaningful methods so that it's easy to read and understand. That's one of the important thing we have to follow. This is not just for DSA, even if it
Yeah.
is for even your company projects also, because your code should speak. Then you adding too many comments and explaining the things. So and using the relevant names. For example, the 13 he has used find combination. We are spelling
Yeah.
mistake, but it's a naming correct. And line number 31, you can even use some more relevant name to make it more
Yeah.
meaningful. And
Yeah.
variable names front, it is reasonable, like ANS. Maybe you
Yeah.
can make it
Yeah. I
as
should take
answer or
here.
result.
Yeah.
Rest of the things, maybe, I mean, you don't need to change. It's fine. Like I'm saying, like in general. So,
Yeah.
rest of the things, like you have used temp. Maybe you can say it is, I mean, to make it more meaningful, you can say temp vector or temp array or something, so that we can understand what is the temp type. And that long usage, maybe you should know, like may I know like why you chose long over int in this case?
No, I generally practice on code forces, so it's better to use long because there are some test cases which really fails for int. So from that perspective, I have normal habit of using long. But I think I interview I should not use this. There in this particular question, there is no need to use long.
Yeah, so basically, what I would say is, yeah, so in this questions, right, if you see the target number is within 40. Okay. And
Yeah,
even the candidates array number range is also 2 to 40. And
yeah,
length is also 1 to 30. Basically, 30 numbers it can contain, and the value can range from 2 to 40. So ideally, you don't need long. So
yeah.
it's one of the, I don't say it's kind of a negative thing, but it's good to use appropriate basically data types,
Data
so that
types.
like so that it will showcase that okay, this guy knows what int can store, what long can store, what double can store, or when you have to
Yeah,
use these data types. That's one of the
yeah,
minor observation.
yeah,
And the next thing is um, like it's always good to consider some boundary cases if required. Like in this case, I think there was not much, but mainly maybe like boundary cases could be, let's say, if the input is empty or if the input is null, this
yeah,
one case. And so in some cases, what we have to do is we have to understand the given input. Like for example, can you just scroll down to the example, please? Yeah, here, right? You can see this 2367 and target is given. Like here,
yeah,
it's a good practice to understand. Like maybe understanding here, I mean like what if there is negative number? Like I know like you have asked for the constraint, but let's say if the
yeah,
candidate did not ask, then it's always good to ask, can it contain negative numbers? Because sometimes this negative number zeros can change the solution itself.
yeah,
So it's always good to
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the problem statement, even though you have solved a good number of problems, right? Think as if
Yeah,
like, yeah, sorry.
in this particular problem, I think if the range of the element is from 0 to 40, so it can cause a major
Exactly.
problem
Yeah.
here.
Exactly. Yeah. So good that you asked the constraint, because some candidates, what they do is they'll assume things. So one
Yeah,
more thing is, let's say if you're assuming some things in the interview, right? It's always good to clarify with the interviewer.
yeah,
Like this is my assumption. Is it a correct assumption? Can I go with
yeah,
this? Because if you assume yourself, if you don't communicate to the interviewer, right, then I think they will not get to know and maybe at the end it will create a problem. So it's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
good to understand the problem statement by asking relevant question, and other practices which you did know, like good coding practices, variable names, method names, modularity, handling the boundary conditions,
yeah,
and you can even one of the advice I normally give is like run with the given inputs. Like let's say there are three cases given, try to run with that and see how the problem solution behaves. Is it working for all, or is there any issue? Because many a times
yeah,
what will happen is we'll be in a hurry to show the solution to the interviewer. So it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
good to like spend few minutes to run with those inputs and see whether it works for all the cases, so that if there is any low hanging issues you can fix it, like your code will be more presentable and robust. So in your case,
yeah,
like you did most of the things well, like code
thank
quality
you.
part, like here and there few things, but since you are still in engineering, I mean you are studying, right?
Yeah,
Considering that, I think you are in the right direction, and you have done a good job, and you could solve it on time. And other thing is the complexity part, time complexity. Many a times what will happen is candidates will struggle to explain. Like if it is a
yeah,
straightforward loops, then they can explain, but if it is a recursion or backtracking related stuff, right? So it's
yeah,
good to know the explanation part clearly. And another thing is maybe explaining the solution to the interviewer,
yeah,
basically articulating the solution or approach to the interviewer, right? So that's one thing. Maybe you are there. Maybe just fine tuning, little more fine tuning is required gradually. I mean, it's like it comes with the practice. Like because when, let's say a complex problem is given to you, you should
yeah,
be able to explain it easily. So that whenever you're practicing a problem statement, right, I would recommend try to explain the approach to yourself and see like whether you can explain it clearly, if there is any gaps, or you can explain it to your friends. So that's one of the thing. It's not just for DSA. Like it's useful even let's say if you go for some company, and if you want to
yeah,
present some, maybe you are presenting your design or code to the audience, right? There it will be definitely beneficial. So yeah. Otherwise, I think overall, right? You have done a good job. Most of
thank
the
you.
things that I would say you have followed. Uh, just maybe here and there some minor fine tuning is required, but otherwise it's good.
Yeah,
Do you
thank
have
you.
any questions?
No, I think,
Okay, cool. One more thing, right? Maybe to those who are watching this video, I would recommend practice in your IDs and use IDs if possible in even in interview also, because let's say if you get stuck somewhere, it's easy to debug. Otherwise,
yeah,
like I mean, if the company expects you to code in online editor, it's fine. But otherwise, if you have a choice, then go for offline so
yeah,
that you can easily debug. That's one of the important thing. Yeah, otherwise, I think it was a good session, Mohammed. And I hope
yeah,
those
thank
who are watching this video also was inspired by your journey and even the way you coded. Yeah, if you have anything, you can tell now, actually. Yeah. So you want
you.
to tell
I think
something? Yeah.
yeah, I think I have one question is, yeah, whenever I have write a code, suppose I have during the interview, I have explained the approach to the interviewer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I explained you before what I will do
Mm-hmm.
and which recursion or not. And after I explain the approach, so when I am writing the code, actual code, so during that time also I should explain the what I am doing and why I am doing this. So should
Yeah.
I also explain at that time, or should I completely focus on just writing the code?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. This is like I think many has this question. So what I would normally recommend is whenever you're coding, right, you don't need to explain each and every line. You just have to
Yeah,
explain at high level. Like let's say this part I'm doing some recursive stuff, and this is where I'm
yeah,
doing some backtracking. This is where I'm
yeah,
incrementing my index to go to the next
yeah,
stage. Or this is where
yeah,
I'm repeating my index. So if you explain in that sense, it is enough. If the interviewer wants some more details, they will only ask you. So you don't need to like explain too much of things, because let's say if you're writing a big program, right, then you will also be tired,
yeah,
and not
yeah.
interviewer may not be interested in all the small things. Let's say I'll
Yeah, and
yeah,
it also divert our by focus from
exactly,
explaining and writing. So
exactly,
there become high chances of making errors
exactly.
in
Yeah,
code.
Yeah, wherever it is important, it's good to explain. And if the interviewer wants some details, right, they will only ask you like why you are doing something. So there
Yeah,
you can explain. So that way you can do it actually. Yeah,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. It was nice connecting with you. And those who are watching this video, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and like this video and share this video with your friends also, so that they will also get benefited. Yeah, thank you,
yeah.
Mohammed.
And yeah,
Yeah,
let
sorry.
me say, I am thankful to you to give me this opportunity because this mock interview will help me a lot because from the next month my college placement and off campus placement will get started. So this will So but till now, I have a real hype in my mind that how would I explain interviewer about my approach and how would I, because there are so many hype in market that communication skill communication. So I certainly feeling that I am an introvert guy. So how would I explain so this interview will help definitely me to crack
Definitely.
the future interview
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Mohammed.
giving.
Yeah, thank you. Good to know about that. Definitely, you are there. Okay, you don't need to worry too much on that. Like at your experience, you're in the right direction. But you can little definitely you can fine tune. I said no, it's not just for DSA. It's useful for your
Yeah,
throughout career also. So yeah. So thank you everyone, and all the best, Mohammed. All the best for your interviews. Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, sure. Thank you so much.